Welcome into the Ector County Coliseum. Everybody listening on Hockey TV, as well as the audio-only YouTube live feed over on the Jacks YouTube channel. My name is Michael Wazinski, the voice of the Odessa Jackalopes for this 2021-22 campaign, as they get ready for game number 2 of the third weekend series between them and Wichita Falls. The Jacks took a 5-1 victory yesterday over 5th place Wichita Falls. And with some help from Shreveport, the Jacks are now just 2 points behind the Lone Star Brahmas for second place out of the South Division. Lone Star lost in overtime to Shreveport 3-2. The Ice Wolves shut out El Paso 5-0, so now they are the first team above 50 points in the South Division with 51. And Amarillo lost 3-1 to Corpus Christi. And Amarillo struggling right now, 1-7-1-1 in their last 10 games. And this is how the South Division looks right now. Ice Wolves at 51 points, Brahmas 47. Right behind them are the Jacks at 45, Wranglers at 40. Then it gets very tight between 4th and 7th practically, because Warriors at 39, Ice Rays at 38, Mudbugs at 37, and then the Rhinos round out the 8th spot at 29 points. Again, it is their inaugural season here in the North American Hockey League. So a lot could shift here this evening based upon not just this result here at the Jack Shack, but of course across the South Division landscape, as every playoff team currently in a position in the South is playing a non-playoff team. And again, with the Wranglers currently in a slump right now, as they're going up against Corpus Christi, they could be swept, and the Ice Rays could potentially tie them in the standings. They will also jump over the Warriors with a win as well if the Jacks are able to pick up their first sweep of the new year. They are on a 2-game win streak right now. The Warriors had their 2-game point streak snapped in the 5-1 loss yesterday. They entered this evening's matchup with a 16-14, 5-2 record, good for 39 points in their second season in the NAHL. As for the Jacks, they are 21-13, 1-2, good for 45 points. They are still 4-4, 1-1 in their last 10 games. The Warriors are still 6-3-1. And the Jacks scored the first goal in the game yesterday and won again by a score of 5-1, so now they are 15-4 when registering the first goal of the contest. Get into the starting lineups for the Warriors. They are going with Cade Lemmer on the left wing of the third line. At center will be Drew Vietnan. And on the right wing, dropping down from that first line, will be Hunter Jones. There's been some adjustments to this Warriors rosters. I'll get to that in a little bit. And on defense, they are starting with their top line of Vincent Corcoran, the captain, as well as Cole Talecki towards his right. And backstopping the last line of defense will be Brandon Milberg from Thornhill, Ontario, 6'1", 181-pound, age-out netminder, committed to SHU. He shot at the K. Yeager Coliseum time after Ryan Kelly scored with 30 seconds left of the 3-on-3 extra period. Philip Tornquist is the left defenseman on the third line. He's back from an injury, did not play yesterday. And Blake Stafford is usually a forward. He played defense last night, but they are making him that extra forward on the offensive position. So now they have an extra player as compared to what they had yesterday. As for the Jacks, absolutely nothing has changed from top to bottom, including the starting roles. They are going with Ryan Mansfield, Ryan Kusler, Tanguy Begier, who had a second multi-goal game of his NAHL career last night, Frank Devorny, the captain, and alongside him, one of the 3 assistant captains, Charlie Banks, who again is my player to watch for the Jacks here in this weekend series. My player to watch for Wichita Falls scored the only goal for them last night. That was William Lawson-Body picking up his 9th goal, and he is second on the team in points. He leads the team in assists. In between the pipes, the extra forward will be Riley Yates. I will say this: I love the I love just being able to stick with that unit. I mean, if it worked for him yesterday, why alter anything today? Most games played, or has seen the most minutes out of any netminder in the NAHL. So it is due for him to get some R&R. Both are very solid netminders, but Noah Ruprecht had an incredible game yesterday as he recorded 31 saves. This is the first time this season that Ruprecht, believe it or not, is starting in back-to-back games. And it was the first time yesterday since December 4th that Noah Ruprecht played a game from start to finish, and he won that game against the El Paso Rhinos. Now, he did play in back-to-back games in Amarillo on January 7th and the 8th, but he came in to replace Proctor, who had cramps past the halfway point of that game number 1. So this is the first true back-to-back start for the Thief River Falls, Minnesota native, who is looking for his 8th overall NAHL win and his 6th this season, as he is 5-4. Brandon Milberg is 9-7-3-1 total. He came from the Minnesota Magicians earlier this season. With the Warriors, he is 5-3-1-1. A packed house here tonight for Slapjack's 25th birthday, and the post-game jersey auction following the conclusion of this game. Game worn, autographed, all that fun stuff taking place on the concourse. As there's roughly about 10 other mascots from the area. The Midland Rockhounds AA baseball team, affiliate of the Oakland A's. Rocky is here, as well as our wonderful sponsor over at Soft Suns. They have a mascot here as well. Same with Sparky. As well as the national anthem, followed by puck drop. Well, the only thing left to do is have the ceremonial puck drop for Slapjack's 25th birthday. Again, the Odessa Jackalopes are in their 25th season of having hockey in the Permian Basin, digits in the North American Hockey League, and there used to be a CHL team here as the captains make their way right in front of the all-ice officials behind the penalty boxes, Vincent Corcoran as well as Frank Devorny. Again, the Jacks announced the 2021-22 leadership team with Frank Devorny wearing the C on his left chest. Connor Kuwit, Charlie Bankier, and Ryan Kusler all getting the nod for assistant captaincy. And the best mascot in the North American Hockey League drops the puck as we get ready for game number 2 between Wichita Falls and your Odessa Jackalopes. Again, thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. The Warriors do have a broadcaster with them here this evening. There's also the Chick-fil-A cow in attendance. I also know that there is, again, multitude of mascots just down low towards the right. of the Jacks penalty box. Celebrating, again, the best mascot's birthday in the North American Hockey League. The Jacks won their biggest game against the Warriors all season with a 5-1 victory. Had about 3 goals that had went off Duras in the back of the net with an assist from him. Again, Tanyan Bejier, a multi-goal night. Jacks going right to left. Warriors going left to right. Puck is dropped, and Wichita Falls wins the first faceoff. Tulecki across now to Corcoran. Unable to clear it out, and chasing after it for Odessa was Mansfield. Over to Lemmer. Picked off by Tallene. And it does escape back out to the neutral zone. Lemmer gets sent down hard by Devorny on the far side boards. Both get right back up. And it deflects all the way back out into the Warrior zone, as racing after it is Hunter Jones from Andover, Minnesota. Over 30 seconds gone here in period number 1. Milberg between the pipes here this evening for the Warriors. Same lines in netminder for the Jacks. As Ruprecht passes it back to Kuwait. A turnover. Over across, and a wide open net for Addison Bruick. And he sailed it high and wide. Almost a costly turnover out in front. That one's through the crease and back up top. Smith fires it to the corner. And that will be a penalty called against Jack Kristen as he took down Joseph Fargindigi. And it will be the first power play as it's a tripping call against Kristen. 18:50 left to go here in the first. One shot up on the board. It's for the Warriors, as they almost were able to score the game's first goal. They had a wide open area to shoot it right below the right circle. Torquist picks it up. He had 2 goals last weekend, and his snapshot is saved by Ruprecht. The Warriors entered yesterday tied for second best on the power play at 25%, but they went 0 for 4. And they drop down now to 5th at 24.2%. The Jacks' penalty kill is at 15th at 82.4% success rate. It was the first time since January 8th that the Warriors did not score a power play goal. That ended 4 games in a row for them. And the Jacks clear it once again. 1:30 left to go. They're on the Kenner printing penalty kill for Odessa. Lawson body across. Right to awaiting Riley Bruick. Him and his brother Addison on the same line. That's it, shoveled around the yellow trim to Lawson body. Played back towards the right of Ruprecht. Back over to Lawson body from the left circle. They'll send it to the point. They'll send it over to Tornquist. And it was knifed past him by Duclair. Great work by Stickle and Puck from the Quebec native. And the RIT commit heads right to the bench for a quick change. Williams walks in, fires one, chest save by Ruprecht, and no rebound. 17:45 left to go here in the opening period. 55 seconds left on the power play for the Warriors. They have 3 shots to Odessa 0. The shots yesterday finished in favor of the Warriors, 32-25. Both teams had a period of 13 shots, which was the highest for either one. The lowest one was in the third for Odessa at 5. As Baumgartner sends it across, and a shot is saved by Ruprecht. Cleared up but not out. We'll send it over to Robinson, the ASU commit, and the leading scorer for the Warriors. We'll get it back. Now across. And it redirects off the inner skate of Tulecki, as they'll just send it below the goal line. 30 seconds left of power play time for the Warriors. 17:15 left to go here in the period. And a great successful clear by the Jacks once again here on this kill. I had the pleasure of talking with head coach Scott Dewar prior to tonight's puck drop, and obviously was applauding their ability as Bejier tries to get around Tulecki, and they go hard into the corner, and it's going to be a penalty against Bejier. As the Warriors exit their zone, and exiting the box is Jack Kristen as he heads right to the bench the other way. Once there's a stoppage, we'll go back to 5-on-4 hockey. And as Bejier took down Tulecki in that far corner of the Warrior zone. They will be able to touch it up right now for the whistle. 16:30 left to go, and the Warriors go right back to the man advantage. After going 0 for 1 already in this first period. It will be an offensive zone draw for the Wichita Falls Warriors. It will be to the glove hand as Begier makes his way to the penalty box. And to the glove hand of Ruprecht, Lawson Body to take it. Ahern for the Jacks. One back up top to Tornquist. Now down low. Hooking is the call on Begier. Lawson Body sends it back up top. From the left circle, they fire one, hits the traffic in front, and it's cleared out by Ahern. Jacks still with 8 shorthanded goals. The Junior Blues have 9. The Ice Wolves have 10, so the Jacks used to be in the lead as Ahern pitchforks that one all the way out. And it will trickle down for Milberg to play as a new unit comes on defense for this penalty kill. Snapped across ice for Hunter Jones with a burst of speed along the right wing wall. He'll drop the shoulder and it just kicks off the end boards. All the way over to Telecki from the left circle. Gets it across. Robinson shoots wide. And it's played out by Duclair. 15:20 left to go here in the first. 50 seconds left of Kenner printing penalty time for the Jacks. Argindugi fires one, and it caroms up and into the safety netting for a halt to play. The Jacks penalty kill has been fantastic here this weekend. Again, killing off 4 power plays by the Warriors yesterday. The Jacks, however, went 0 for 2 on their man advantages. So something that, again, Scott Dorr was addressing in the interview I had with him prior to today's game. That's something that they want to address and focus on during practices. Telecki regathers it from the left circle. From the right circle, they fire one. It's a kick save by Ruprecht. A lot of pressure coming. Again, back to Robinson. Right dot circle. Out in front. Big save by Ruprecht. It was loose, but he gets the whistle. 14:51 left to go here in the first period. And it's been all Warriors so far. 7 shots for them, 0 for the Jacks. As they are still 21 seconds away from going back to even strength hockey for the second time here in the first period. I do want to apologize if my voice is a little worse for wear. Started losing it mid-game yesterday and try not to limit my talking today, so hopefully this all goes well. And of course there's a jersey auction afterwards, so why not? Lawson Body over to Williams, near side. Across, and great stick-on puck by the Jacks as they fire it ferociously deep from J.R. Pernian. And now out of the boxes, Daniel Begier, and back-to-back successful kills by the Jacks. As Veenan enters, he fires one right into the screen, and that one will go up and out of play for a whistle. Offensive zone draw for Wichita Falls. They have a little bit more pep in their step here in game number 2 as compared to yesterday, as the Jacks had a 2-0 lead after the opening period. Sent around the yellow trim all the way back out to the neutral zone. Icing will be waved off. Milberg swipes at it over to Corcoran. That line of good Hughes and Yates is out there. As kicking it to his blade is Walker. He'll lob it deep for Lemmer. As him and Bankier battle for it. Played out to Good. Sauced across, intercepted. Played to Walker, he's in the slot. Broken up. And losing an edge was Lemmer, and now 4-on-2 if they can hurry. Played forward to Hughes. Hughes will drop it back. Left circle for Good, and he fires a low shot that's saved by Milberg. And that's the first shot for Odessa. As Lemmer walks in, tries to dance around Connor Kuit, and the assistant captain says no. Now to Good. He just backhands that one out to the red line. Smith waits as his team has to tag back up. And he lobs it deep for Stafford. Hewitt patiently waits. Near side pass to Good. And keeping it alive is Dronin. Retrieved by Hoyer. Dekes around Dronin. Through the logo he weaves. Hoyer running out of real estate. Over to Christian. Now right circle. A blast saved by Milberg. 12:57 left to go here in the first period. 7-2 are the shots in favor of the Warriors, but two big penalty kills for the Jacks keeps it a scoreless affair here from the Ector County Coliseum. As the Jacks are 1-0 here on home ice in the new year. Offensive zone draw for them to the glove hand of Milberg. That far circle was won by the Warriors. Almost played right over to Manzo, unable to keep it alive, and snapping it deep was Neskash. Again, a large crowd on hand here at the Ector County Coliseum. Addison, far side with it. He has his brother to his right. Hargindegi in front. Nowhere to play it. Up top to Dyer. Back to Hargindegi. He gets it around Hoyer. Knife past him. Retrieved up front and a block shot by the Jacks. And a big collision from Tallene as he sent down Bruick. From the left circle, they fire one wide. And the Jacks come away with it. Ahern past the red line. And he'll fling it right towards Milberg. And a full sail line change for the Jacks here with 8 minutes gone in this first period. And seen a lot of pressure from Wichita Falls. Lawson body with it. And he blows the tire through the slot. And it's getting stapled on the far side with Addison Bruick. Wichita Falls, however, still with puck possession below the goal line to the left of Ruprecht. Devorny looks on from the circle as it's played across. Sauced over to Duclair. And they say it was played with a high stick. And that will gain a whistle. 11:32 left to go here in the first of a scoreless game from the Ector County Coliseum. Wichita Falls win could potentially move them into a playoff spot. The Jacks are 5 points ahead of Amarillo and 6 ahead of this Warriors squad. They are within 2 of Lone Star, so if they get help from Shreveport, and if they handle their business here, they could potentially tie for second place. Warriors have it down low on the near side corner. And a blind pass will go well wide of Telecki, all the way back down for Milberg to corral it for Telecki. A pirouette away from Bezier. Snap near side of Lawson body. Cross ice. Passes around line. And he'll flutter it right past Ruprecht. It's played over to Bezier, but not out. That rocket of a shot will sail past Ruprecht. And now the Jacks are able to enter. Kusler leaves it. It's played over to the slot, but no one was home in a white and black jersey. Over to Smith. He'll enter first. Smith will leave it for Williams. And he tried to send it right back to him, not on the same page as Kuit. We'll just fire it off the plexi all the way down. And now 3-on-1 for the Jacks. Hughes in the right circle. They have it. And they fire one low and wide of Milberg. And all the way back out to chase this Neskash. As Bezier, Mansfield, and Hughes almost were able to produce the game's first goal. Kelly with it. Will weave his way. Leave it back for Tallene. And sending or attempting to was good. As his clearing attempt was met by some Warriors players as they stretch the ice to the far side. And off the skate of Justin Hughes. Warriors intercepted. Playing over to Dyer. Dyer runs over Neskash right at the top of the Jacks blue line. And his pass across is deflected by the body of Hughes. Intercepted by Neskash. Will twirl it off the end wall for Tallene. And an errant pass all the way down. It looks like Corcoran will beat out Good on the foot race. 9:26 left to go here in the first. 7-2 are the shots. And it's still a 0-0 hockey game here from the Ector County Coliseum. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in on Hockey TV or on the Jacks audio-only YouTube live feed. As we still have a scoreless game here in game number 2. One back up top to Tornquist, who turns the other way. We'll send it down low to Walker. The assistant captain plays it over to the half boards. Now back over to Walker. Walker ran out of real estate, and retrieving it was good. He was met with a hit from Brady. Dronin with it. Dronin to Tornquist. He was being guarded by Kelly. Tornquist fakes the one-timer, and he'll just drape it into the right corner. Warriors come away with it. Dronin. Once again being watched by Tallene. That one's played through the traffic and somehow ended up below the goal line. Tallene on the far side. Flutters it through the neutral zone. Jacks are making changes as the Warriors re-enter. They backhand it out in front, and that one will catch a piece of equipment and stay wide of Ruprecht from a shot from Tornquist, who's been all over the place here in the first period. 8:20 left in it. Near side for Neskash. Intercepting it were the Warriors. They fire a shot that's saved by Ruprecht. The rebound's right in the left circle, and they fire another one. Kick saved by Ruprecht. Another save! Turned aside by Ruprecht off the stick of Addison Bruick. Heavy pressure from the Warriors here in this first period. 10 shots on the board for them. All have been stopped by the Minnesota native. And we go into immediate timeout here with 8:01 left. And they look around the NHL scoreboard. Corpus Christi up 2-1 on the Wranglers, who again are just in quite a slump recently. And Shreveport is up 1-0 over Lone Star. Both of those games have about 5 minutes left in the first. And the Rhinos and Ice Wolves game just getting started 30 seconds into that one. So those are just some games to keep your eye on. Of course, that Ice Rays Amarillo game, as well as the Mudbugs and Brahmas, 2 important games if the Jacks want to try to tie for second and maybe even garner some more separation between them and Amarillo and even possibly Wichita Falls, depending on how the outcome goes here tonight. The most shots in a period for Wichita Falls yesterday was 13. They're at 10 with under 8 to play here in the first. Jacks held at 2. Good poke check by Ruprecht. As coming out within his man zone. He'll weave his way over to Ahern, trying to feed it right back to man zone. His snap pass goes null and void. All the way back out to the logo for Dvorny. And he'll just wrist one towards Milberg, who had to make the save. And that one should go up on the board as the third shot for the Jacks. They fire one wide, and it kicked right back to the near side as it's played off the boards all the way down for an icing call against the Odessa Jackalopes. Offensive zone draw for the Warriors. One back by Lawsonbody. Fired by Dyer. And it will find the plexi behind Ruprecht. Picked up by Lawsonbody. Dropped back to the corner. Williams. And it worked off his stick. It will sit in the left circle and is finally retrieved by Odessa. Played out by Dvorny. Past the red line. And snapped deep. After it is Hoyer. Applying some forward check on this Warrior squad. As Dyer tries to play it across. Broken up on the penalty box boards by Finn. However, getting a piece of it was Lawsonbody as he'll just flip it past Ruprecht. Up top for Dyer. His shot deflects off a stick, stays in play. Robinson maybe trying the Michigan. He is denied. Back up top for Dyer. And Duclair comes away with it. Duclair, one of the fastest players in the league. Duclair tries to deke his way around and is met with a hip check from the hash marks. Over to Neskash with a lot of room. Fires a shot that's saved by Milberg. Finn had his stick held by Dyer and remains down by Chaz Nochi. 6:10 left to go here in the first. As Williams breaks out from his own zone, and we'll just lob it into the left corner as his team's making changes. Connor Kulick. And no rush at all to move the puck behind Ruprecht. A long stretch pass. Will go off the tape of Mansfield. And around the horseshoe, quickly played right back off the end ball. Sent all the way up top to Neskash. She fires one low. The rebound's loose from the circle. A handcuff shot from Begier. As it will ride the stanchion into that far side corner. Neskash took a hit to make the play. Tlecki with it. Gets around Kusler. Plays it out in front. All the way over to the far side. 2 Warriors and 2 Jackson after it. And it's sent all the way out from zone to zone. Trying to beat out the icing call was number 28, Tanya Begier. But Tornquist was able to beat him out. Tlecki was there as well. On the back check, 11 shots for Wichita Falls, 4 for Odessa. 5:07 remains here in the opening period of a scoreless game number 2. Jack zone to the glove hand of Ruprecht. And unable to keep it alive for his team, Pauline will just shovel it deep. Smith will set up behind Milberg. Fires a long stretch pass to Walker. They say it was tipped, so no icing. Bankier on the far side with it. Plays it right into a man in a black and orange jersey. Jacks are able to clear their zone. They'll flutter one towards Milberg, who will come out and just gather the whistle for a halt to play. And they will throw a shot up on the board for that as he had to, again, cover it up. Just Grease. 4:35 remains here in the first. It was a very ferocious first 5 or plus minutes by the Warriors as they had back-to-back power plays, but great kills by the Jacks on one of the best power play units in the league. As this weekend, the Warriors are 0 for 6. Send it over to Addison Bruick. Getting to it is Bankier. Being pestered from behind, will just jab it forward. And that one will deflect up and into the Warriors penalty box. So we will have a neutral zone drop. No goal has been scored. 4:16 remains here in the first of 3 periods. Again, a jersey auction after the game here this evening. Tipped deep by Ahern. Milberg comes out to play and he swipes it across. From the right circle, Ahern fires one, and it got caught up in the body of Dyer as he brings it out to the near side. Swept over to Ahern from Hoyer. Ahern had trouble handling with it. He's below the goal line and turned it over to Wichita Falls as they send it right back. Argendegi goes down. No call on the play as Kristen just flings it into the right corner. Under 3:45 to play here in the first of a scoreless hockey game. All the way across to Addison Bruick. From the left circle, they fire a high shot. That's saved by Ruprecht just below his mask. Here with 3:31 left on the clock in the first period. The 19-year-old who played 11 games for Odessa last year, 3.14 goals against average, a .887 save percentage. He went 2 for 9. Doing much better this season for the Jacks. And big hit thrown on the far side. A slap shot. Raises high and over Ruprecht's net. Off of a deflection. Duclair settles the bobbling puck. He has a lead pass. All alone. One-on-one with Milberg. They fire one in the splits. As he comes up with the save. Off of J.R. Pernian. He'll regather it. Pernian lost a handle on it. Knocks it away from Robinson. However, gathering it is Williams. He'll leave it back now. Lost the body. A shot. And a little Stick on puck from Ruprecht. Purdy plays it forward, catches the linesman. Duclair with it now. Duclair is held and pushed away by Telecki. No call for interference as now Robinson races his way into enemy territory. Loses an edge. And the Jacks are able to clear back out to the neutral zone. 2:25 left to go here in the first. Finn sends it over to the bank here. And he'll send it all the way to the near side boards. And stumbling was Kusler. Warriors fire it across to Hunter Jones, who also ends up losing an edge right in front of Frank DeVorny to Smith. His shot intentionally wide, picked up by Lemmer. Played out in front and stopped by the Jacks. It's cleared out to center ice as regrouping are the Warriors. Under 2 to play here in the first. 13 shots for Wichita Falls, 6 on the board for the Jacks. It's knifed over to the end wall. Bodies colliding one after another deep in the Jack zone. As now 2 Warriors and 2 Jackalopes in after it. Warriors win the board battle to Bumgarner. He creates some space. He fires one wide of Ruprecht. The rebound's picked right back up by Wichita Falls and then given right back to the Jacks as they send one out to Mansfield. Mansfield from the left circle. They fire one and it's saved by Milberg. And that will halt play with 1:18 remaining here in a scoreless first period. Jacks up to 7 shots so far. Warriors with 13. After at one point leading 7-0 in shots. Offensive zone draw for Odessa near side circle to the blocker's side of Milberg. One back by Wichita Falls. Sent all the way over to Addison Bruick. Coming away with it is Harginity. He fires one, and his shot goes well wide of Ruprecht. Actually will roll all the way back out to center ice. Dyer still on the loose puck as a frozen rubber is finally dislodged, but on the stick of Addison Bruick. The Linden would commit, sends it across for Harginity in the right circle. He also loses an edge. Multiple players falling over on both sides. As coming out with it are the Jacks. Now to Good. Good tries to leave it to Yates with 30 seconds left to go. Good fires one. It's a kick save by Milberg. Back to Good on the half boards. Good turns and just sends it deep as some players are making changes in white and black jerseys. Borgren sends it forward to Hargindy. 15 seconds left to go. Here in a 0-0 hockey game at the Jack Shack. Sauced over near side. Looking up at the clock is Hoyer. Realize time's almost out. 4 seconds left. To the left of Milberg. They might not get a shot off. Manzo with it. And the horn will sound. Ending period number 1 of a 0-0 game here from the Ector County Coliseum. Shots are 13-8 in favor of Wichita Falls. And 2 big penalty kills by the Jacks early into that first period on back-to-back occasions. Huge confidence boost, I'm sure, for them. But maybe a talking point for head coach Scott Dewar in the locker room during this first period intermission. Stay tuned on Hockey TV or on the Jacks audio-only YouTube live channel as we will get ready for the second period of action in just a little bit. 0-0 is the score here from the Ector County Coliseum. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody listening on Hockey TV as well as the audio-only YouTube live feed over on the Jacks YouTube channel. We enter a scoreless second period in just a few minutes. 13 shots on the board for Wichita Falls, 8 for your Odessa Jackalopes. And when things are tied after the first, the Warriors this season are 5-8-2. As for the Jacks, they are 6-5-0-1. Out of the 5 meetings between these two teams, there's only been one game that went beyond 60 minutes, and that was 7 days ago at the K. Yeager Coliseum. And Ryan Kelly scored the game-winning goal with 30 seconds and change left on Brandon Milberg, who was between the pipes tonight for the Warriors. A quick look around the NAHL scoreboard. It was a tied game between El Paso and New Mexico. Right now, Corpus Christi up 3-1 after the first period. Shreveport up 1-0 after the first. And it is now a 2-1 Ice Wolves lead with 4 minutes left in the first period over in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Again, this is the second straight start for Noah Ruprecht here this season. For this weekend, I should say, but the first time this season is a better way to phrase that one. And he has obviously certainly paid his dues and, of course, gained the acknowledgement not only from his team but also the coaching staff of head coach Scott Dorn and assistant coach Chris Francis, as they have full trust in him to backstop what should be a very close second and third period based off how the first 20 minutes played out. The hockey staff for the Warriors, head coach and general manager Garrett Roth, associate head coach Brendan Kuwit, the older brother of Connor Kuwit, who is not only one of the 3 assistant captains for Odessa, but is also one of the players going to the top prospects tournament, as well as Mike Manzo, now Alex Proctor, because they added the national team developmental program to play against the team selects of the NAHL. So Proctor and Benny Halaz to represent the South team on February 7th and the 8th out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All games will be broadcasted on Hockey TV, and you can visit the league website for more information, as well as the rosters that have changed and still might change, as again some players might end up, we hope not, but some players might end up getting injured and or sick and might not be able to travel to Western Pennsylvania at the second week of February, and there might have to be some late roster adjustments, but up there right now is the tentative roster. And again, Liam O'Hare not in action this weekend, has not played in quite some time for the Jacks. And to be exact, his last game was December 18th. Jacks going left to right for the second period. Warriors going right to left. A scoreless game set to take place here in the second period. It's one back and kicked back to Tornquist by Wichita Falls. At one point, the Warriors were up 7-0 in shots in the first period and had back-to-back power plays that were met with great penalty kill by the Jacks. As Odessa looks to have a better period, or at least a better start to the period, I should add, as Begier has it down low. Begier plays it all the way up top to Begier. A lot of room, he whips one forward, and it ricochets off the end boards and off the outside of the net. Kusler wants it, doesn't get it. From high to low it goes. Turning around with it was Mansfield. That starting line is out there of Mansfield, Kusler, and Begier. Again, Begier and Devorny guarding the blue line. Kept alive by Mansfield. Play right to the skate of Begier. He turned and fired it right to the stick of Tornquist. They wave off a high stick as it was played by Vitin. And he just softly played it right to Ruprecht for the whistle, as giving a jab at Bankier was Cade Lemmer. 18:54 left to go here in the second period. It's an offensive zone draw for Wichita Falls. To the blocker side of Noah Ruprecht. One back up top to Corcoran. He fires one, and from the screen it will carry him over to the far side. Hoyer shovels it across now to Manzo. Manzo, wrist one just wide of Milberg. They fire one, and it hit a skate in front. That was Corcoran. It dead stopped on his left skate. And the Warriors progress the other way as they pin it up against the boards on the near side. Hoyer strips the opposition of the puck, and they play it right off the stick of Ahern. All the way around it will roll. The toe drag move for Hoyer, and he couldn't get a follow-up shot off as him and Corcoran go into the right corner. Played to the right glove of Tallene. Jacks have to tag back up. Corcoran with it, as he finds Riley Bruick on the far side. Back to retreat is Duclair. The RIT commit leads the team in goals with 14. Send it to Tallene, who had the first of 5 goals for Odessa yesterday, as he got his 7th in his rookie season. Turned around by Baumgartner. The deflection settled down by Finn, who will just twist it deep for Pernian. He leaves it for Duclair, and his pass back out in front is negated as Robinson will race the other way. Robinson flips it past Tallene. It's backed off the end boards, back to Robinson. To wide open ice on the near side for Williams. Over to Robinson, and his shot from the right circle is muffed, but retrieved by Walsenbody. Back up top, it's played. Winding firing was Smith. He had a stick in front, and it's played in the left corner. After it is Neshkash up against Robinson. Williams settles the frozen rubber down to Lawsonbody. Back up top to Smith. They fire one, caught. And no rebound by Ruprecht, who has been solid between the pipes all night long. 16:56 left to go here in the second period. One shot here in the second for Odessa. 3 on the board for Wichita Falls. Offensive zone draw for the Warriors. Far side circle. They win it, but it's immediately turned over below the goal line. Walker back after it. He was tangled up with Bankier. Torquist in after it. Hughes. They try in Michigan. They wrap it around, and that one will trickle back out to center ice. That's the second time a Warrior player tried to do the Michigan behind Ruprecht. You've seen it at the NHL level. One loose by Hughes. He's got good to his left. Hughes waits. Pitch forward towards Milberg, and he gathers the frozen rubber for a halt to play with 16:20 left to go here in this second period. Jacks now in double-digit shots. Yesterday, the Warriors scored only 1 goal in their best scoring production period of the 3. They have 49 goals for in the second period, 28 goals against. As Kuwait snapped one from the blue line. The Jacks are tied with the Ice Wolves. Well, not anymore, but when the game started, at 123 goals in the South, as that one goes in and out of the glove of Ruprecht. As the Ice Wolves have put up 2 goals. That's the last time I checked on El Paso. They fire one low, caught in the crease by Ruprecht, and the whistle will result in an offensive zone draw for the Warriors. As there was a few bodies in Ruprecht's crease. And right behind the Jacks and the Warriors in goals is this Wichita Falls team with 122. Again, they are on the outside looking in. 5th place out of 8 in the South Division. Only the top 4 teams from each division will reach the playoffs. Draw one by Wichita Falls. Up top to Corcoran. The lefty fires one. Broken up by the Jacks. A quick touch pass to Manzo. A lot of room. Right circle. He fires one far side. Kick saved by Milberg. Right back out in front. The rebound's there. No whistle from Chaz Nochi as the Warriors play it from right to left. Hewitt and Lemmer go hard into the near side corner. Pauline will recover. Intercepted by Bruick. Out in front and another save by Ruprecht. Right in the blue paint. 15-17 left to go here in this period. And it's still a 0-0 game. Yeah, we saw a fight last week between Connor Hewitt and number 12 Adam Smith. As now Cade Lemmer and Hewitt exchange words as they both make their way back to their respective benches. This is the fourth straight meeting between these two teams. It's the first time the Jacks are going up against a team on back-to-back weekends. Again, the next meeting won't be until March 18th and the 19th, right back here at the Ector County Coliseum. They fire one far and wide as Duclair surges along the left wing wall. A big hit the other way, and that one caroms up on top of the net. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty against Wichita Falls. As Ryland Brady accidentally caught one of the linesmen up high with his stick. Riley Bruick, the guilty party, 2-minute minor for cross-checking, and now the Jacks go on their first Jersey Mike man advantage of the evening. They've had two periods all weekend in which they did not have a power play. Yesterday, the entire second period, as good barrels are getting to geek. The second period yesterday saw no power plays for either team. And in that first period tonight, the Jacks did not have a man advantage. The Warriors had two. Knifed below the goal line by Yates. Sent back up top for Hughes to center. Below the goal line. Now from the Bud Light logo. We'll leave it for Tallene. The right-handed defenseman waits. Sends it across to Good. Good. Being watched. He'll pirouette away from danger. Now he'll pump the brakes and pass it back up top to Tallene as the Jacks set up. Tallene fires one. And it is retrieved in the right corner by Yates. Now down low. And losing a handle on it was Hughes as that one actually ricocheted off of Yates and back out into the Jack zone as both teams are making changes, but in the second period, certainly further away defensively. As Good enters far side. Good. Leading scorer on the Jacks team with 27 points. Wiped down in that far side corner. He heads right to the bench as the Jacks bring out from their own zone. 35 seconds left of power play time. Duclair with it. Duclair gets around a defenseman on the far side. And he'll whip it around to the near side for the captain, Duvorny, who could not settle the frozen rubber down. And it is quickly played to Bankier. Now just under 20 seconds left on the man advantage for the Jacks in a scoreless game. Here with 13-15 left to go in the second. It's pinned up against the boards. Sent right to Duvorny, who keeps it alive. Power plays winding down. Hoyer fires one, shrugged off by Milberg. Hoyer back over to Duvorny. Stick tapping the other way is Ruprecht as we go back to even strength. The Warriors send it into the Jacks territory. Bankier plays it right to the skates of Mansfield, and his shot is turned aside by Milberg. Tornquist with it. One of the three players for Wichita Falls heading to the top prospects tournament. He gets around three Jackalopes players, turns it right over in the slot. But the Warriors gather it right back from the top of the right circle. They fire one, and they stretched it across to Vietnam, who fanned on a shot along the near side. As they send it back to the defensive Smith. Smith near side now for Baumgartner. And a stretch pass to Lemmer. Off his skate. Will recollect it. Played in front and a snapshot wide. Ruprecht in the splits. Still no whistle as play continues on the other way. Great clear by Odessa. A dance in by Begier. He shovels one just high and wide of Milberg. Had one of those yesterday. Begier again with it to the right of Milberg. Turns and fires one, saved by Milberg again, and this time there will be a whistle. With 11:43 left to go here in the second period. 21 shots for Wichita Falls, 16 on the board for the Jacks. Great reading by Noah Ruprecht, as he had all sorts of sticks and skates in front of him. Was able to come up huge, and some long stretching passing from the Warriors already in this game number 2. Have went null and void. Pauline will get to it. He'll chop it deep. Ahern plays it back up top. A lot of room now. They fire one, caught in the left glove by Milberg. And is having to just look on as Ty Neskash, as he gets the Jacks' 17th shot of this scoreless hockey game. The Jacks have 123 goals for. They have allowed 109. Warriors have 122 goals for, and they have allowed 108. Addison Bruick goes offside as Hargindagi was tangled up with Ahern across that blue line. It will be brought back out to a neutral zone drop for this from the Warriors bench, as Hargindagi will take it up against Mike Manzo. It's one back. The puck sat on its edge. Retrieved by Riley Bruick, and it's punched to the boards by Ruprecht's blocker. Played out in front and a snapshot. It's saved by Ruprecht. It went up and over the net as well. And a big hit behind Ruprecht from Tallinn. He'll retrieve it with some open ice to work with it. He'll play it forward to Kelly. Kelly gets by Hargindagi. Fires a low shot that's saved by Milberg. 10:52 left to go here in this middle frame. 23 shots for the Warriors, 18 for the Jacks. Certainly a much different feel to this game compared to game number 1 yesterday. As after the first period, after the second period, I should say, it was a 4-1 Jacks lead. They would add one more after J.R. Perdian's deke around Duras as he went right to left and then easily backhanded it past Daniel Duras, as that one sent backhand style towards Ruprecht for the easy save just to the outside of his crease. As Cade Lemmer stares him down. Interesting tidbit of information. Cade Lemmer from the same town that Frank DeVorney is from in Wisconsin. I wonder if they know each other well, but they certainly locked eyes with one another after Ruprecht made that save. Still battling hard on the far side is good. Warriors keep it alive. Only for a brief second. Breakaway for Yates. 1-on-1 with Milberg. Shoots! He rings out and rebounds loose! And it's recovered by Wichita Falls. Good again. Tried to feed Hughes. Wichita Falls with it. Near side now. Back to the left circle. They fire one into a friendly body. And getting decked on the far side was Ryland Brady. Yates with it. Getting pestered from behind. Picking it up is good. Across for Hughes. Now to Kiewit. They play catch. Left circle for Hughes, as he was running out of room on that far side. 9:45 left to go here in the period. And Tornquist will settle things down behind his netminder. Yates with a great shot. Third on the team in points. Picking it up is Kiewit. He fires one. And that one will catch the traffic in between the hash marks. Over to Lemmer. Far right wing. He's got Jones in between the circles. And now the Jacks have numbers going the other way. A lot of transition play here. Duclair's on side. Duclair pivots back the other way. A shot from Kiewit. It's a shin pad in front. Jacks leave it to the slot. They're trying to get a quick wrister towards Milberg, and it is saved by the screen in front. Warriors clogging the hash mark area of their own zone, not allowing the Jacks to really try to send the frozen rubber between the circles. As Hargindegi loses his stick on a stick lift, and overskating that one was J.R. Perdian. As that one will sail right past the right blocker of Milberg. Poke checked by Tallene. Yes, Cash on the far side. We'll send it off the bench boards. Almost springing Mansfield. Now Robinson plays it across. And they will say it was played with a high stick as Tallene batted it out of midair with 8:11 left here in the period. 24 shots for Wichita Falls, 19 for your Jacks as we head to a media timeout. It will be an offensive zone draw for Wichita Falls when we return. Again, don't forget the 25th anniversary jersey auction will commence after this game. And at that rate, I'm sure these two teams could potentially just keep playing on and on, as it has just been great goaltending, met by great defensive plays on both ends of the ice. As there's still, again, about 8 minutes and change left in this second period, a whole third period to still be had. Next week, the Jacks are back home. So get your tickets in advance as they will play a 3-3 series. Now 3-3s here for the Jacks. They have 4 in total this season. They're playing their third one. They will follow it up the following week by finishing it out. But next weekend, Thursday against Lone Star, and then Friday and Saturday against Corpus Christi. Then they will travel the following week to Corpus Christi to play in a 3-3 there. The Jacks so far in 3-3 series have lost the first 2, but won the third. And those came against Lone Star and El Paso. But the only teams to sweep the Jacks this season were the 2 teams that they will see for the entire month of February. Played out from Begier. With it is Mansfield. He gets around potentially Dyer, but he poke checked it right off. Sends it back out in front. They score! Ryan Kusler makes it 1-0 Odessa. The Battle Creek, Michigan native battles hard from the slot and gets his 5th NHL goal. What a snapshot. 7:48 left to go here in the second period. A great feed from below the goal line back to a waiting Kusler between the circles. And he gets his first goal since January 7th, where he had a multi-goal game against Amarillo. Great wrister from Ryan Kusler, wearing that A on his left chest. The Jacks were not giving up below the goal line, just to the left shoulder of Milberg, and it was a great feed back to waiting Kusler, who had all day to decide where to place the frozen rubber. He picked a prime spot to do so, as he made it 1-0 here with 7:48 left to go. Only 20th shot of the night for the Jacks. Again, they ended yesterday with 25. As Daniel Durns had a 20-save night, as he had 5 go past him. Walker overskated it, quickly touched by the Jacks. Kusler back out there. Kusler fires one, saved by Milberg. And no rebound to come. And another offensive zone draw for the Jacks. Mansfield, after almost being able to get around Dyer, it was a good poke check from Owen Dyer. Mansfield did not give up on the play, gets the primary assist on Ryan Kusler's goal, and the lone goal so far here in this game number 2. 7:30 left to go in the period. Vietnam with it. Sends it across the open ice. Dvorny plays it to Manzo. Dvorny will recollect it. Jacks have a 5-on-3. They send it to Bankier. He fires one. The rebound is loose. It's still no whistle signaled. And it's waved. A save by Milberg. As this Jacks team, transition-wise, is possibly one of the dangerous among any South Division team. I had talked to Scott Dorr before, and he had really spoke very highly of how great his team played yesterday, getting stick on puck mentality, and of course creating those transitions right at the enemy, or right at their own blue line. As Ruprecht will send it over to Kelly. Awesome body stripped of the puck, and it will be sent back out to the neutral zone as Smith on the back pedal sent it to the boards. Hughes gets around a man, sends it to the slot. No one was home, and it's intercepted by the Warriors. Far side for Baumgartner. He fires one high and wide from Ruprecht, and that caught the safety netting. So that will gather a whistle with 6:42 left to go here in the period. Jacks are up on the score sheet 1-0. They trail on the shots 24-23. Offensive zone draw for the Warriors. Odessa fires it from their own zone. Duclair almost able to strip Baumgartner of the puck, as Robinson was walking the Jacks blue line. Kuwait with it. Long stretch pass across for Perdian. It will ride the stanchion. Near side, he lost the hand on it. 3 Jacks in after it. It's sent off the outside of the match. They still knock it loose, and it was worked back to Milberg's crease, and a little headlock as tempers flare here in the 4th straight meeting between these two teams. Still 6:16 left to go here in this period, and nothing seems to be coming of that altercation after the whistle, as it was played off that backside of Milberg's net, and it had caromed right into his crease. He pounced on it for the whistle. But of course, you are told growing up, and any sport you play until there is a whistle. Warriors send it near side to Addison Brewer. He drops it back to his brother, and a big shot block in front from Kusler, as that one stung, but he remains out. They fire one far wide of Ruprecht. Argindegi behind Ruprecht. Kusler gives chase. Odessa looking to clear their zone. They're able to do so with a burst of speed and just barrel rolling. Tornquist was Mansfield. A good open ice hit as he will regroup with it from his own zone. Pass connects to Kuwait, near side. With it is Dronin. Dronin along the left wing wall. It appeared that Jacks maybe had too many men on the ice. No call was made by the referee. as a shot from Brady is deflected wide. 5 minutes left to go here in the second period. Jacks have broken the scoreless affair thanks to Ryan Kusler. They're currently pinned in their far side corner. They win it loose, and they send it into enemy territory. Begier was on side, but he'll just whack it deep as he was at the end of his shift. Over to the captain, Vincent Corcoran. Corcoran past the red line, now the blue. Got around one jackalope, but not a second. Corcoran fires one in and out of the glove of Ruprecht. And it's sent out by Ahern. Near side for Baumgartner. Baumgartner dekes around Manzo. Manzo back after him in the slot for Walker. He's muscled off the puck. They fire one from the left circle and beat Noah Ruprecht. Goal scored by Caden Lemmer with 4:13 left to go in period number 2. It is now a 1-1 game. And Cade Lemmer giving it to the Jacks bench on his way back to fist bump his netminder Brandon Milberg. Wichita Falls from the ensuing draw. Send it over. Dvorny off the end wall. Played up and out by Yates. After it is Smith. He'll collect it from the right corner. Plays it off the half boards. And the Jacks will have enough space to work with it on the far side. As that one bounces right past Milberg. Stayed wide of his net as Jones almost having his pocket picked by Kelly. Has to retreat, and they'll send it rink wide to Smith. Smith enters first. He snaps one wide of Ruprecht's net. All the way over to Hunter Jones. Whose shot attempt is stifled as Hughes goes the other way. Hughes lost an edge. Smith fires it forward to Robinson. Him and Dvorny battle. Over to Lawson Body. Lawson Body leaves it back for Telecki, and a shot is saved by Ruprecht. And no rebound to come with 3:09 left to go here in period number 2. Offensive zone draw for Wichita Falls to the glove side of Noah Ruprecht, who has 26 saves here this evening. They snap a low shot, and that one will go past Ruprecht on a rebound that this time he could not corral. It stayed along the ice surface, and this one will go to Brendan Williams as he gives the Warriors their first lead of the weekend series. Off a unfortunate rebound play. Sent to the far side. Williams leaves it for Lawson Body. Kuwait fires it right into Chaz Nochi, the referee. But they eventually send it out to the neutral zone. Lawson Body re-enters. Sends it wide of Ruprecht's net. It trickles to the far side boards. Finn fires it over to Perdian. Perdian gets to it first. Tries to find Duclair on the far side. Jacks are in the process of changing as well. It's cleared all the way down. Icing is waved off as Talene gets it. They'll send it off the stick of Perdian. We'll head to the bench for a quick change. That's Cash after it. Will roll on its edge. Backhanded around. Tallene unable to gather it. And Beagier's in after it. Along the far side. 1:45 left to go here in the second period. With it is Riley Bruick. They play it right in front of the crease, and it's dug out by Tallene. Off the bench boards. With it is Telecki. They'll send it across for Tornquist. Being watched by Mansfield. Kept alive by Kusler. Only for a second. Tallene with a firing shot from the top of the right point. That's saved by Milberg. Picked up on the far side by Addison Bruick. It was hit from Kusler. Warriors have it. Hargindegi gets around Tallene. Backhanded across. And no one was home in a black and orange jersey. Now they send it out in front, and this one's a backdoor goal from Ruprecht. They're saying the net's off. The net is off on the far side, and the goal is lit. If they credit it, it will go to Riley Bruick with 1:07 left to go here in the second period. Three unanswered goals, and it looks like it will count. We are under a minute left to go here in the second period. It started 0-0 and now reads 3-1 Warriors. They send one from the top of the right circle that's saved by Milberg. And cross checks to the face of Hoyard from Smith. As Hunter Jones also taunts him. Jacks lead the season series so far 3-2. 45.5 seconds left to go. Here in the second period, 30 shots for Wichita Falls, 26 for Odessa. Warriors send it out of their own zone. This one will go all the way down. Hand is raised for an icing against Wichita Falls with 31.8 seconds left to go. After they have scored 3 straight. Here on Noah Ruprecht. He has 27 saves in his first back-to-back start of the season. Coming away with it is Hughes. Tried to pass it back to Yates. They send it forward to Lemmer. And he'll softly send it into the left corner. As Bankier and a Warrior player wipe out behind Ruprecht. Yates had that one bounce off his tape. Lemmer fires one. Stick to the corner by Ruprecht. A big hit thrown from Devorny on Vietnam. 3 Jacks in after it. 3 seconds left on the clock. And it looks like it will just be... As the horn sounds to end it. Period number 2 here from the Ector County Coliseum. The score is 3-1 in favor of the visiting team and 5th place in the South Division. Wichita Falls up by 2 goals as they head into the second period intermission after scoring 3 straight. After Ryan Kusler made it a 1-0 game. Stay tuned on Hockey TV or on the Jacks audio-only YouTube live channel for the final period here in game number 2, which will commence in just about 17 minutes here from the Ector County Coliseum. Welcome back into the broadcast booth here on Hockey TV, as well as the audio-only YouTube live feed over on the Jacks YouTube channel. The Jacks are down for the first time on the scoreboard here this weekend as they start the final period of regulation, trailing the Warriors by a score of 3-1. While the Warriors do have a 2-goal lead when going into the final period with a lead, they haven't fared too well though, as they're only they are 11-3-1-1. I'm sorry, I had read my sheet wrong. But when leading after the second, they're 11-3-1-1. And when trailing after the second, the Jacks are 4-11-1. But in 2-goal games, the Jacks are 4-4. And in 2-goal games, the Warriors are 4-7. And that is the separation so far, as we are about 90 seconds away from the teams taking the ice here for the final period of regulation. Goals in that period were scored by Ryan Kusler for the Jacks, and that was Cade Lemmer, Brendan Williams, as well as Riley Bruick. All 3 goals were scored within 3 minutes and 6 seconds, and all after Ryan Kusler scored the opening goal of the game. So the Jacks looking to have momentum swing in their favor as the third period is just about to commence here from the Ector County Coliseum. Again, a live jersey auction over on the concourse to auction off these game-worn 25th anniversary jerseys with a very iconic logo on it that I know very well a lot of the fans love around the Permian Basin. And it's also Slapjack's 25th birthday, as he had a lot of friends come and show support. There was a petting zoo outside with a kangaroo, tons of dogs, and tons of other animals as well. There was also balloon twisting, face painting, a bouncy house, a lot of festivities here before the final game of the month of January for both teams, as both teams are now at game number 38 out of 60. Again, the Jacks hold sole possession of third place regardless of the outcome. Could potentially tie second with a win here this evening. As for the Warriors, a win as of right now could propel them into a playoff spot. As to start the third period, the Ice Rays and the Wranglers, Corpus Christi up 4-2 on that. After 2 periods of play, Shreveport is up 1-0. And the Ice Wolves lead 4-1 with 4:20 left to go in the second period against El Paso. Out of the 5 games between these two teams, the Warriors have produced 5 goals on 3 occasions. They produced 6 twice. Puck will be dropped at the center ice line to start off the third and final period here in game number 2. Jacks going back from right to left, just like they did in the first. Warriors going left to right, and the Jacks win the opening faceoff of this final period. For the Jacks, it's certainly just a mindset of keeping it simple and scoring within the first 10 minutes and going from there. Obviously, they would like to score a multitude of goals before the halfway point of this period. But it's small steps and baby steps as they try to dig themselves out of this 2-goal deficit that they find themselves in. It is the first time the Warriors have had a lead all weekend, as they lost yesterday 5-1. All the way down for an icing call against Wichita Falls. 50 seconds into this final period. Shots are 30-26 in favor of the Warriors. Yesterday finished 32-25 in favor of Wichita Falls. Warriors now have 125 goals for. The Jacks are now at 124. Jacks after it on the far side. However, it is picked up and flung out by Addison Bruin. His brother had the third goal from the Warriors as he passed it to him. Back to Riley Bruick, and his shot is gloved by Ruprecht for the whistle and no rebound. There was that one where the net was knocked off on the far side, and I couldn't tell if the puck had crossed it before as Ruprecht's body was in the way of that far post. But some goals, obviously, Ruprecht would love to have had back. As the Warriors have scored 3 unanswered against third place Odessa. Sent over to Jack Kristen. His dad is in attendance. Played near side to Duclair. The RIT commit flips it forward. The Jacks are unable to keep play alive in enemy territory. Far side now for Addison Brew. We'll just send it deep for Telecki. Telecki's met by Tallene. Back over to Addison Bruick. Neskash pins him up against the far side boards. After it as well for the Jacks is Duclair. 18-10 left to go here in this third period. And the Jacks are able to go from zone to zone with it. Chasing after it is Finn. As is Duclair. Duclair trying to knife at it. And it is played out to Williams. He's got a loss of body to his right. Williams fires one, a knuckler. Bounces wide of Ruprecht. Collected by Dvorny. Played up, but not out, as it was behind Dvorny, and he swipes it back out to center ice. Bankier will gather it behind Ruprecht. The assistant captain plays it forward. And they get it over to Good. Good had his momentum stopped by Robinson as he whips it around the yellow trim. Quickly touched back to the slot. Picked off by the Warriors. That one's broken up from Walker. Hewitt with it. And then he just launches that one up and out of play with 17-17 left to go here in the third. The Warriors are without Dominic Ravelli, Carter Corpy, and Garrett Horsager. As for the Jacks, they're still without John Wojciechowski, Nate Bogue, William Marshall, and Liam O'Hare. We again are all in attendance here this evening. It is good to see them at least back with this group. We hope to see them on the ice very shortly. That's a good hit from Hughes, and they knifed it around the opposition. Tries to twirl it back to the slot. No one was home. Wichita Falls will pick it up. Led on by the captain. Held at the line by Kristen. Played off the short boards. And it's sent back to the defense. Jacks have it. Play to the slot. With it is Kusler, I should say. His backhanded shot is saved by Milberg. As Milberg is looking for his first win since January 14th against El Paso. 27 shots on the board for the Jacks, 1 goal. 31 for the Warriors. They have 3. 16:39 left to go here in the third. And the Warriors win the draw from their own zone. They turn and launch it the other way. Gloved down by Tallene. Went off his own bench boards. Gathering in is Riley Bruick. And he sends it diagonally into the right corner off a hop. Far side for Tallene now. A quick forward pass. As the Jacks break out of their own zone. Kusler with it. Kusler plays it around. He'll recollect his own shot. And Begier breaks it up. Right circle. Begier turns wide. Fires. And it's wide. Hansfield tried to play it back out in front. Sends it back up top to Tallene, who could not hold the line. As the Jacks have to retreat. As Dvorny will play it forward. Lemmer had it roll right off his tape. Bob Gartner's there to retrieve it. As he leads it the other way. Handled off the penalty box glass by Hoyer. It was sent all the way over to the far side on a rising shot. Goes up and over the net of Milberg. Getting on the back check was Bankier. as he takes out Lemmer. They're still on top of one another. And Lemmer without his helmet, he's got to go to the bench. And he makes his way there now with the whistle. 15:21 left to go here in the third. Now the 3-1 Wichita Falls lead. Offensive zone draw for Wichita Falls on the near side circle to the glove side of Noah Ruprecht. They win it and send it along to Tornquist. He turns and fires one. They hit Lawson body in front, who was falling backwards as well. They send it across to Manzo. Manzo enters. He tries to weave his way through and slips down. They try a wraparound, and it's stuffed right along the post by Milberg. With exactly 15 minutes left to go here in regulation. As changes are coming for both parties. Again, if you're listening and you're around the Odessa area and you want to participate in the jersey auction, make sure you make your way over to the Ector County Coliseum, get a bidder number for the live jersey auction following the conclusion of this game as Tornquist leads the rush the other way. His pass attempt for Riley Bruick does not connect. As Duclair will gather it along the far side, right in front of his own bench. It's poke checked by Kuitt to the near side for Kristen. And back over into the right corner. That's Baumgartner. With some help, they play it forward and eventually out. Tulecki. Lone man in, up against Neskash. He pitchforks it towards Ruprecht, and he gathers the save and a whistle with 14:21 left to go here in the period. 33 shots for Wichita Falls, 28 on the board for the Jacks. Odessa, regardless of this outcome here this evening, still continue their goal streak as well as their point streak in every weekend series. Lone Star can still say the same as they lost in an overtime fashion against Shreveport last night. And over to Hughes. We'll just play it deep into the near side corner. Stick handling with it is good. Great maneuver from him down low as he shovels it long, cross-ice pass from him. And it's softly played deep by Tolleen below the goal line. 13:50 left to go here in the third and final period. Jacks are looking to at least put them within one of Wichita Falls. Warriors have numbers going the other way. They fire a shot that's gloved by Ruprecht. And no rebound to come from him. Ruprecht has 31 saves here this evening. The most for him in his NAHL career. 46 save night. When they played El Paso, he allowed one goal. Dvorny will collect it behind Ruprecht. Sends it forward to Kusler. Kusler for a dump and chase. Milberg came out to stop its momentum on the far side for Lemmer. And we'll trickle back out to the red line. Flung deep by Bankier. Defensive unit for the Jacks making a quick change as they send on Jack Kristen as well as Connor Kuitt. They play it back out in front, getting a paddle on it was Ruprecht. And now the Jacks race the other way. Boyer waiting for some help. Plays it off to Manzo. Manzo being watched heavily below the goal line. He's got Kuitt in the left circle. They trade places. And his pass across deflects off a body in front, and it's retrieved by Wichita Falls. Lawson body races after it. He had the only goal for the Warriors yesterday. A 5-1 loss to the Jacks. 12:25 left to go here in the third. Coming away with it is Odessa. Near side for Ahern. Ahern plays it across. It's broken up in the left circle. Jacks still trying to corral it. They're able to do so as Hoyer, this pass deep, will be sent right back out to the neutral zone. Neskash, near side pass to Ahern. And now Neskash once again will send it cross ice to Tallinn. So he'll send it out to center ice. Duclair picks it up, and his clearing attempt is broken up. Swiping at it deep was J.R. Perdian. And now Finn's in after it as he goes up against Riley Brewing below the goal line. Perdian comes away with it. Duclair going to get a shot off. It was played between his legs. Duclair pumps the brakes at the blue line. Now to Perdian. Left circle. He winds, fires, and it's a save by Milberg. And it's heaved out by Wichita Falls. Duclair dribbles it on back to the defense. Neskash sends it across to Tallinn. They snap it near side. It is tipped, so no icing against Odessa. 11:15 left to go here in regulation. The last time the Warriors were swept was December 16th and the 17th at the hands of the Shreveport Mudbugs. And the last time the Jacks swept the team was December 10th and 11th when they faced off against the New Mexico Ice Wolves. 10:52 left to go here in the third period. 29 shots for Odessa, 35 for Wichita Falls. And a 3-1 Warriors lead. Walker knifes it deep after it is thrown in for the Warriors. Kicking it along was Bankier. As good as still being pestered down low, as they now are able to work it out from the captain, Frank DeVorny. Sends it across. It deflects off the Warriors bench boards. Jacks regroup and tag back up. It's behind and a big collision down low. Smith went head first, and he does pop right back up. Went all the way back up to Christian, as that one's blocked from the screen. Christian out in front. Rebounds loose. Turning, firing, and a save by Milberg. It's to his left. And the play was still alive, but it was a whistle from Chaz Nochi, and there's some laps coming from Owen Baumgartner. With 9:48 left to go, the clock is still ticking. Hey, the clock is... No one sees it, but the clock is still ticking. There needs to be... I believe it had 9:48 or 9:49. They ran it all the way back up to 9:59. Again, as far as I saw it, when I looked up, I saw it winding down from 9:49, so I'm not sure when it started. But the guilty party, Owen Baumgartner, the only penalty box door open. Or actually, no, they will say good as well. It looks like we'll be off the setting minors for Baumgartner and Emerson Good. That puck was directly to the left of Milberg. He had no clue where it was, and neither did the majority of the skaters on the ice sheet. As Chaz Nochi is talking things over with Scott Dewar. .59 left to go here in the third. Offensive zone draw for the Jacks. There's a player in the box for both sides. And there we go. The Warriors had 5 players on. They maybe tried to do something like they did last week, where they got away with it for about 10 or so seconds of having too many men on the ice. We have 4-on-4 hockey here to the left of Milberg. Two-minute minor up on the board. For Emerson Good, as well as number 26, Owen Baumgartner. Draws to the left of Milberg. Vina up against Kusler. So open ice for both teams to work with here for at least 2 minutes. Roughing for Baumgartner. Tornquist plays it out. Tipped deep by Begier. And the captain for Wichita Falls will send it forward to Vietnam. Vietnam has pass across, broken up, and now the Jacks can race the other way. Led on by Ahern. Jack Christian with him. He finds him, and a shot is saved by Milberg. The rebound's picked up, and it's backhanded right to his left glove for the whistle. With 9:16 left to go here in the third, and the Jacks are throwing everything they can at Milberg. He has 30 saves on the night. 33 for Noah Ruprecht, 200 feet the other way. Both players in the box for 1 minute and 17 seconds. Warriors come away with it. Smith launches it across to Hunter Jones. And it's played off the back of the blade from Ahern. 60 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey as it's played forward to Lawson Body. Gathering it are the Jacks. Near side pass to Devorny. Devorny through the red line, now the blue. Devorny tucks his shoulder. As him and a Warrior player go hard into the left corner. It appeared Devorny was held. No call on the play. Devorny back with it, top of the left circle. That was him and Hunter Jones that were tangled up. Brushed all the way back up top. Devorny unable to keep it alive with 20 seconds left to go of 4-on-4 hockey. Devorny re-enters. He'll leave it. It's kicked forward by Pernian. And one by Corcoran. He gets around Duclair. Back here, back penalty. As he angles away Corcoran from the puck. Duclair will get to it along the left wing wall. 3-on-2 for the Jacks that they can hurry. Duclair with it. Fires one. Just save by Milberg. With 7:56 left to go here in the third. Offensive zone draw for the Jacks. You're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And it's settled down by Riley Bruick. We'll fire it deep for Wichita Falls. And a stapling hit on the far side, thrown from Tallene. Good, wipes out, but still maintain puck possession. And they almost turn it over from the slot. They play it back out to the neutral zone. Tallene flips it deep. I'll keep my eye on Noah Ruprecht over the course of the next few minutes. And his hand is raised from him to denote an icing call against Wichita Falls. So an offensive zone draw opportunity for the Jacks. Here with 7:21 remaining in regulation. Still no goals here in this third period. The main storyline was the Warriors scoring 3 goals in 3 minutes and 6 seconds. And all 3 coming unanswered after Ryan Kusler made it a 1-0 Odessa lead. Played back over. Wichita Falls with it. From the left circle, they fire one, saved by Ruprecht. He wanted to play it. But didn't see any wiggle room to throw the frozen rubber as we head to a media timeout. With just about 7 minutes left to go here in the third. Take a quick look around the NHL South Division.
Thursday we'll be facing off against Lone Star, and then on Friday and Saturday, Corpus Christi Ice Raiders.
Shreveport is up 1-0 with 8:40 left to go in the third. And the Wranglers trying them out on a comeback in Corpus Christi as they trail 4-3 with 9:30 left. The Ice Wolves are up 5-1 over last place El Paso. Again, the head coach for the South team at the Top Prospects Tournament will be the New Mexico head coach. His assistant coach will be the head coach from Amarillo. As of January 10th, it was the top 2 teams from each division would send their head coach, with the first place team being the head coach. That one is quickly covered for another whistle by Noah Ruprecht. 7:09 left to play here in the third. 37 shots on the board for Wichita Falls, 32 for Odessa. This game has been a tight one from start to now, practically. Again, the Warriors proving why that second period is their best scoring-wise. They have it from the left circle. They wind and fire past Ruprecht. That one will go and be credited to Owen Baumgartner from just above the left circle. His wrist shot sailed past Ruprecht for a 4-1 Warriors lead, under 7 to play here in the third. From the center ice drop after Baumgartner's goal. Warriors have now scored 4 straight. Yesterday's final was a 5-1 victory for the Jacks. The score now reads 4-1 Wichita Falls. A snapshot from the left circle is covered by Milberg off of a wrister from Hoyer. When the Jacks had military weekend back in November, they went 1-1. That was against Amarillo. Lost the first game, won the second. Sent around the yellow trim from far to near. Up top, Smith keeps it alive for Wichita Falls. Now down low. Pauline will possess it, as he has his head up looking for a lane to pass it. They send it along the right wing. Left for Finn. Finn, his pass or shot attempt broken up by Smith. Kept alive by Pauline. He fires one, and it's caught up high by Milberg as he makes it right by that right shoulder save. As both teams will make some changes as well here in the late stages of the third period. Again, we hope to see more of this support for the 3-3 series upcoming. Game 1 Thursday against Lone Star. Friday and Saturday against Corpus. All 3 games to be played at 7:15 p.m. 6 minutes left to go here in regulation. The Jacks now trail by 3. Warriors from Brady, playing off the bench boards. Sent back the other way by Bankier. The captain, Frank DeVorny, with it. Will pump the brakes and turn the other way. Fires it to good. Forward pass to Hughes. And across now for Bankier. Bankier winds up, fires one. Chest save right at the logo by Brandon Milberg. And no rebound from him. 5:35 remains here in the third. The Jacks are just about there in shots. They trail 37-35. However, that's not the numbers that they are looking at. They are focused more on the score, which reads 4-1 Wichita Falls. Jacks lead the season series so far 3-2. Back out to the red line, it's played. From its edge, it's settled down by DeVorny. DeVorny snaps it all the way back out to the neutral zone. Right past Mansfield. Baumgartner with it. He has the most recent goal for the Wichita Falls Warriors. As they'll send it over, they're onside, and it will trickle just towards the right of Ruprecht. Sent from the half wall, that one will tip from Hunter Jones, wide of Ruprecht's cage. Again, these two teams will end their season series on March 18th and the 19th back here at the Ector County Coliseum. As this is game number 6 of 8. Smith sends it right back to Torquist. Robinson plays it forward to Williams. And now Robinson and Kuwait will go after one another below the goal line. The puck still is waiting for a player to get to it. Broken up, Williams far side after it. Coming away with it is Odessa. On the stick of Manzo. He'll surge through enemy territory. And then turn the puck over in the left circle. And wiping out was Torquist, but he was able to play it out to the neutral zone. Ahern. Ahern with it. Trying to deke his way around Lawson body. It's knifed to the boards by Talley, and he swipes at it once again, and it remains in play. 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Warriors are up 4-1. Jacks have it. Below the blue line. Twirling with it is Manzo, and his pass attempt deep is intercepted by Wichita Falls. Some of their players are tired at the end of their shift as they get 5 new legs out there with 3:40 remaining here in the third. Ahern head faking. As it's broken up from the logo. Duclair with it, far side. Long stretch pass to Perdian. Perdian tries to play it right back to the slot. He's now after it on the far side. Now to Riley Bruick. An empty net, and he connects as Ruprecht had just recently been pulled, and the Warriors make it 5-1. It is the 4th time that they have scored at least 5 goals against the Jacks as Ruprecht makes his way back to the net. 3:13 remains here in the third period, and it's just a matter of the score at this point, as yesterday's final read 5-1 Jacks, and they never pulled Daniel Duras. But the latest is an empty net one, and the second of the period for Wichita Falls. I know head coach Scott Dewar does like to pull his goalie a multitude of times, and he's doing so once again. Net is empty back the other way. Walker plays it back to the neutral zone. He likes to see how his team can handle the 6-on-5 opportunity, because there might be some scenarios in which they really need to secure a goal. As Devorny is pinned up against the corner. 2:35 left to go. It will be played all the way into the left corner. Warriors send it back out to the neutral zone. Played over to Jack Kristen. Warriors fire one, broken up by Kuwait. With it is Riley Bruick, and he sends one high and over the empty net. Kelly with it, far side. Picking it off is Hughes. He'll leave it for Good. Good waits. All the way back up top. And a shot hit a body in front. The rebound sitting loose, and it's played to the boards. And then sent back out to center ice. Jack Kristen with it. Will flutter one into enemy territory. And they look for the empty net again. That one will go off the glove of Kuwait. And they'll be able to track that one in the crease. That was a little dangerous there. Kuwait to Good. Right by the penalty box boards. Riley Bruick has had his second of the night. After scoring that empty net goal, that one will go all the way out to the neutral zone. As he almost picked up a hat trick. He had earlier sent it up and over the wide open net. From the right circle, they fire one. Rebound sitting all the way out as Milberg. And he makes the save. 1:14 left to go in the third. It's a 5-1 lead for Wichita Falls.
And we're going to get your player number from the merchandise floor. We'll be announcing out these sweet throwback jerseys at the conclusion of tonight's game. If you get your player number at the merchandise floor. And then head over in front of the blue line, Park Trail. And Green, come on down.
Yesterday was the first time in the Warriors franchise history that they lost at the Ector County Coliseum. And that score is the same as it is right now, 5-1. For the fourth time, the Warriors have scored 5 or more goals against the Jacks. They're trying to score 6 for the third time in 6 minutes. Tallene gets around and he tries to send it up and over the right shoulder of Milberg. And a big toe save again from Milberg on the left side. 35 seconds left to go. Chasing after it is Devorny. He overskated it. As that one is played just towards the right of the empty net. Not the outcome that they're going to want for sure. As Bezier winds and fires one, it will ramp off a shaft of a stick and into the safety netting with 20.6 seconds left to go here in regulation. 20.6 seconds left to go. 36 shots for the Jacks, 38 for Wichita Falls. A 33 save night for Noah Ruprecht. They send it all the way down. That one will go wide of the empty net, and for an icing call against the Warriors. Scott Dewar believes that regardless of the score, a loss is a loss. And that's why he is not afraid to keep pulling a netminder. As Duclair was fighting ferociously down low, that one's going to go wide of the net. 3 seconds left on the clock. Coot will get to it with .1. And that's basically all she wrote here from the Ector County Coliseum. And it looks like it will be the same result as yesterday, a 5-1 win. This time it will go in favor of the Warriors. 0.1 seconds left. Very hard to score. And they just let the horn sound here from the Ector County Coliseum. Game 2 goes to the Warriors, and now the Jacks are 3-3 against them here this regular season. It was a close one up until that third period, where the Warriors scored 3 goals in a manner of 3 minutes and 6 seconds. They never seemed to look back after that. The Jacks had great pressure in the third. Just Milberg was on top of his A game as compared to last Saturday when he allowed 6 against this Jackalope squad. Again, the next meeting will be March 18th and the 19th between these two teams back here at the Ector County Coliseum. But the Jacks continue their homestand this Thursday against the Lone Star Brahmas, 7:15, to start a 3-3 series. Games Friday and Saturday will be against the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. So a playoff matchup on Thursday and a potential playoff matchup on Friday and Saturday, as the Ice Rays were just recently up over the Wranglers, and with a win they will tie the Wranglers for 4th at 40 points in the South Division. The Jacks are now 21-14, 1-2. They have 45 points and have their 2-game win streak snapped. They are 11-6, 1-1 as the home team. And the Warriors go to 9-9, 1-1 as the away team. They are now 17-14, 5-2, and they now have 41 points for them. They now have a playoff spot, and they knock out Amarillo. So unless Amarillo beats Corpus Christi, they will be out of a playoff spot, as they were recently in a big slump. They were 1-7-1-1 in their last 10 games. They are struggling here in the new year, to say the least. The Jacks, however, still in sole possession of third place. They are 15-5 now when scoring the game's first goal after, again, Kusler had the lone one, but it was 1-0 at one point, followed up by 5 unanswered goals by the Wichita Falls Warriors. We'll see you on Thursday, 7:15 p.m. to start off the third 3-3 series of this season for the Jacks. It will be against the Lone Star Brahmas as they make their way here to the Ector County Coliseum for the last time during the regular season, as they have not been here since the Jacks' home opening weekend, which was a 3-3 series against the Brahmas. Again, thank you for tuning in on Hockey TV. The Jacks split the weekend series for the second consecutive time against the Warriors on back-to-back weekends. We'll see you on Thursday, 7:15 p.m. back here from the Ector County Coliseum. Warriors win 5-1.